Michael, Warner Brothers CEO, says Warner Brothers Games is substantially underperforming its potential. Looks to Batman, Mortal Kombat, and Harry Potter to pick things up. David Carcassoli over at PSU, good friend of the show, Warner Brothers Chief Executive Officer and man who tosses finished projects into the bin for a tax write-off, David Zaslav. Wow, well done, David. Is calling out Warner Brothers Games business, saying that the interactive branch of the company needs to be more consistent in its releases. During the company's latest earnings call, while Zaslav was speaking on Warner Brothers Studios business, the branch that oversees films, TV, and video game projects, he cited Games Branch as one of the needs to pick up its slack. Buddy. Quote, but even in an industry of hits and misses, we must acknowledge that our studio business must deliver more consistently, end quote, said Zaslav per VGC. Quote, this applies to our games business, which we recognize is substantially underperforming its potential right now, end quote. Quote, we have 4 strong, profitable game franchises with loyal global fans, Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones, which is sitting there dead, and DC, which isn't doing much either right now. In particular, Batman, because Suicide Squad sucked and nobody wanted it. I shouldn't say sucked. It just, dude, nobody wanted that game. That's what it really comes down to, right? We are focusing on our development efforts on those 4 core franchises with proven studios that's fair, to improve our success ratio. Michael, dude, I don't even need to go into the rest of the article. Go check out David's article. It is a great write-up. I want to talk about the 4 main pillars he's talking about, right? I want to talk about Batman. Are we going to get here's another Arkham series, right? Mortal Kombat right now, Mortal Kombat 1 is going. It is still going strong. They constantly update it. Dude, Mortal Kombat has turned into a games of service.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see the day. Never thought I'd see the day. The biggest pickup that you got right now is Harry Potter, though, which has huge potential. But we just covered it yesterday, how it's going to tie into the upcoming TV series. And I said that is a huge mistake. We will see how that one goes. And then Game of Thrones, which just sits there. Like the last Game of Thrones game I actually played was by Telltale. That was a while ago, to say the least. Michael, can they turn things around? Are we just going to get another Batman Arkham game?
That's the thing, right? As you pointed out, you look at the 4 pillars he cites. 3 of them, they kind of abandoned, right? Mortal Kombat's the only one that's still going. Now, of course, it's a games of service, but it's going strong, right? We haven't got a legitimate Batman title in almost a decade, I think. I think it was like 2016, 2017 when the last Arkham came out. Give us another Batman. How could you say you're underperforming when we haven't gotten a Batman? Game of Thrones. Like you said, I don't think we've gotten a legitimate Game of Thrones from Warner Brothers. And then Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, you're giving us a sequel, but you didn't give us any DLC for Hogwarts Legacy. You let it sit there for 2 or 3 years before you finally said, all right, we're going to give you guys a sequel. Like, you can't say your games department's underperforming when you just simply aren't giving us the game, right? A Batman game that is done well in the Arkham series, it would absolutely kill it with the updated graphics, right? Because the Arkham series is beloved. I absolutely love that series. Give us one. Don't give us Batman VR. Just give us a legitimate Batman. People would eat that up. I think Hogwarts Legacy, as we talked about, is going to go crazy for the sequel. Again, it'll depend how that show is tied in. It's like we talked about with Mass Effect, right? If the show is good, the tie-in with Hogwarts Legacy, the game, will be good. If the show is bad, that could tank Hogwarts Legacy. And then I don't even know how you're going to cite Game of Thrones when we don't have a Game of Thrones game from Warner Brothers. Maybe that's a hint that something's coming, right? Maybe that was a slip of the tongue that, oh yeah, Game of Thrones is another pillar. And everyone's going to say, what? And he's like, oh yeah, this coming out, but 3 of your 4 pillars aren't even pillars. There's a reason your building's falling over.
You're standing on one leg. It's Mortal Kombat, which again is a fighting niche, right? Like it's not for everybody. Michael, you're not going to play that. I play that, but I'm not going to stick around because I have other things got on one plate as well, right? But I every now and then, boom, back in and I'm playing it. New season comes around, I'm going to check it out. Every time there's another season there, another fighter comes out, right? Ghostface just around the corner. I'm going to go check him out. How does that play? How does that feel? I want to see the brutality. I want to see the animality. I want to see the finishing moves. So that's going to keep me going back and for a little bit, right? But again, it's not something it's one of the games I keep coming back to that will stay on my console, but it's not something I pick up and play every single day, right? It's not that kind of grind for me particularly. So very curious to see, but dude, Batman, you put it a VR game. That's your first mistake. Harry Potter never got any DLC. Maybe if you gave it some love, we would have been playing that more. Like, just so many questions right now.